Nakatutok pa rin po kayo sa special coverage ng Inquirer.net ng impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Joining me ngayong gabi po ay isa sa mga spokesperson ng House Prosecution Panel, Congresswoman Nico. Kong, magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi po. Salamat sa imbitasyon
Yes.
and hello po sa lahat ng listeners and syempre readers na Inquirer.
Unahin ko na muna yung desisyon ng prosecution panel na i-withdraw yung 6 sa inyong mga witnesses for article number 4. How did we end up with that decision?
Kailangan pong i-streamline yung process para hindi delayed yung proseso ng pananagutan. Yun naman po yung priority din sa scheduling, calendaring ng impeachment trial. So as raised nga po by our head of the House Prosecution Panel, Congresswoman Jinky Luistro, yung witnesses na gusto nating isalang ay corroborative naman yung testimonies nila. Similar to na-raise din po ni Attorney Kapunan yesterday. No, sila po ay magdadagdag lang po or susuhayan yung mga na-establish naman na natin during the past few days noong nag-testify po si NBI agent Kalilong and si NBI Director Attorney Lotok. So dahil po kung ano man po yung idadagdag nila ay yun naman na po yung na-prove in or at least na-establish in the impeachment trial court, hindi na po kailangan at gusto natin mas tipid sa oras. Siyempre ng taong bayan ng impeachment court yung nangyayari para dumiretso din tayo sa iba pang mga impeachment articles na mas mahaba pa yung mga list of witnesses and list of evidentiary documents gaya ng confidential and intelligence funds and even yung unexplained wealth.
Yung mentioned doon sa press conference nyo kanina, napanood ko some parts of it, sabi, we should know when to stop. But when in saying that, you also run the risk of maybe stopping early. Of course, only time will tell, no? Kung tama ba yung naging decision natin. But are there concerns na we may have stopped early? Kasama ba yun sa mga na-consider natin?
Para sa atin, di naman. Dahil the meat of the evidence is there. It was presented, nakita natin, napanood natin lahat yung video, narinig natin yung sinabi ni VP Sara Duterte, at narinig din natin yung testimonies ng mga nag-imbestiga kung anong pwedeng ibig sabihin or implikasyon nito. No, hindi naman po simpleng response lang yung narinig natin. No, according to the NBI agents who did the investigation, no, maaari po itong pumasok sa isang krimen na nakalagay sa ating batas. No, at hindi lang po tumitigil sa level ng krimen, at tinitignan din nila ano implications ito on national security. Kaya nga pinag-uusapan din natin ngayon yung ito sa impeachment trial dahil we're also looking at ano effect nito sa fitness to rule ni VP Sara Duterte. No, kaya po ba na magtuloy-tuloy siya bilang vice-presidente o ito po ba dapat ang maging rason o isa sa mga maging rason kung bakit kailangan po niya matanggal sa pwesto at may additional punishment na hindi na po pwedeng tumakbo sa iba pang pwesto sa gobyerno. Yun po yung gusto nating matunghayan, makasama yung taong bayan sa pag-decide, and syempre, we leave to the Senate Impeachment Court to better appreciate that evidence.
May understand, no, yung sinasabi na ni Attorney Kapunan during the press conference na we can see it for ourselves, na yung reaction ni Vice President Duterte during the live stream. Pero don't you think there's also some power in having an expert say na this is not normal?
Well, sa ano yung gustong i-prove, I think both the prosecution and defense made admissions na may level na unconventional yung response. I think yun naman din po yung narinig natin kahapon, no, and yun yung admission, no. Hindi nila sinasabing na threat, pero may ibang noong cross din po ni Attorney Narvasa, he conceded or admitted na threat siya. Pero yung recent na cross ni Attorney Vinluan ay albeit not a threat, it's a response, albeit unconventional. So ako, kung ano man yung gustong ma-establish ng expert witness, may admission na po tayo kung ano man po yung gustong i-establish. And for me, the meat of the discussion should be yung anong epekto nito sa pamamahala sa bayan. So hopefully we get to see those arguments flesh out further. Pero kaya din po tayo gusto na rin pumunta sa confidential intelligence funds and unexplained wealth dahil kinakarga nito yung pera ng taong bayan Pera yun na sana pumunta sa ibang serbisyo but instead pumunta sa confidential intelligence funds, and now hanggang ngayon standing yung questions kung saan yun. So, yun po yung gusto nating puntahan na at the soonest possible time, without compromising, of course, the continuous explanation of the Article 4 and yung discretion ng impeachment court.
Listening to the oral arguments kanina, particularly ng defense, napakalinaw na front and center nila ay yung mga batas that protect the confidentiality of an individual. No? Nandiyan yung bank secrecy law na binabanggit nila, Data Privacy Act, yung Anti-Money Laundering Act. I'm very curious to ask you this. From the perspective of the prosecution, how do we balance yung accountability to the people and the statutory protections that we have para doon sa privacy ng mga tao?
At the onset, may interpretation tayo na hindi po labag sa batas yung pagsabpina and of course paghatid sa publiko ng impormasyon na nakalagay sa tax records, bank records, AMLC records na gusto nating isabpina. Very briefly, just to run down the three that's usually cited, under the bank secrecy law, this is an old law na dahil sensitive yung information in bank accounts, sinasabi na ang bank employees should not divulge information from bank accounts na they're dealing with. Number two, nandiyan din yung Anti-Money Laundering Act, na yung court order na sinasabing dapat kunin kung may further investigation ng AMLAC, hindi po applicable din dahil yung nangyari ay this is the collation of reports already received by AMLAC from various banks and branches dahil sa na-observe nila na suspicious transactions or covered transactions na inayos lang nila at sinumite sa kapwa government agency. And yung data privacy, that's also raised, pero hindi data processor yung House or even the impeachment court. I'm raising these kasi na-raise na po siya sa House Committee on Justice. Actually, na-thresh out na yung mga ilang concerns na to by other members of the House. And for that reason nga ay sila ay nabigyan ng kaso, or nasampahan ng kaso, even though it's in the context, and within the parameters of parliamentary discussion. But going to your answer, very sorry for the long
It's okay, for
discussion.
context, for added context.
By balancing it, I think ang instrumental dito ay we have a good understanding of what the law is, ano yung saklaw niya, ano yung provisions nito, at syempre, ano yung proseso ng pananagutan na dapat nating respondihan. For me, it's clear. Dahil wala pong pagtunggali sa batas doon sa hingi natin at pagkuha ng tax records, bank records, AMLC records, sa balancing it, ang kailangang primarya dito ay yung paano sinasagot ng mga records na to yung proseso ng pananagutan. At mangyayari po yun kung makita natin yung katotohanan. If we arrive at it together, kasi may impormasyon tayong hawak. At yun naman po yung gusto nating mangyari dito.
I just spoke with Attorney Michael Powa, and he mentioned, I asked him, why not just kayo na mismo yung mag-disclose ng inyong mga records, kung talagang wala namang tinatago. And he responded by saying that it is the responsibility kasi of the prosecution to find proof. So, any reaction to that?
It's precisely why we are making a motion to subpoena the tax records, the bank records, the MLC records, because this is the way to engage the constitutional bodies na involved sa impeachment para lahat tayo we arrive at the truth. We also take exception doon sa sinasabi lagi na fishing expedition yung nangyayari, diba? But because what we're doing is, meron na tayong mga napansin, nung wala pa itong mga requests na to, na may hindi nagtutugma ng mga pieces of evidences. For example, the statements of assets, liabilities, and net worth or SAL and yung VP Sara Duterte, which is public record, by the way. So, dapat meron naman tayong access nito, regardless of whether isasalang to sa impeachment trial or hindi. Na may ganito siyang mga statements na ito yung hawak niyang pera, ito yung laman ng bangko niya, may mga ilang taon na wala, ganyan. But meron din tayong government records which say, actually may billions of pesos na nag-pass through sa accounts niya, even in these years na nandito yung disclosure na wala. Meron ding mga arguments na may firearms under her name, in her license, millions of worth, wala po siya sa salin. hindi po nagtutugma yun. Gusto natin, no, the public gets the answers it deserves. So this is us threshing out the process of answering those questions at the proper forum, at the proper court. So we're asking, of course, the full cooperation of everyone para sa punot dulo nito, matapos yung proseso. Tapusin natin yung proseso sa naaayon ng prinsipyo ng pananagutan ng due process.
Apology in advance, no? Wala pa enjoy ako sa ating usapan ngayong gabi, no? Pero yung sinasabi kasi ng depensa when they call this as a fishing expedition is that kasi daw parang hingin natin yung mga records tapos parang dun pa lang tayo maghahanap ng ebidensya. Yun yung sinasabi ng fishing expedition. So, para lang to break that mindset na parang this is a fishing expedition, are there some things in the records you're asking for na you know for certainty would support your argument?
Okay, una po, there are already existing evidences on hand that make that argument anyway. No, and yung evidences that we'd like to masabina, makita, it would either be in support or hindi, corroborative or hindi. This is actually an equal opportunity for both the prosecution and defense para ma-establish yung truth nila. And sa atin, no, kung wala nang itatago, bakit kailangang objectan? No? Kasi kung hindi natin mapuntahan yung katotohanan, ang mag-o-object na dyan ay taong bayan. So gusto natin, with the pieces of evidence already here, how else can the evidence that na i-request natin either be supported by the existing evidence or baka controvertive naman yung evidence na yun? That gives equal opportunity for both parties na i-treat yung evidence as it is. And I think that's also the reason why going into the impeachment trial, may prior agreement yung both parties na buksan na yung DIR box. Kasi makakatulong naman or may equal opportunity naman na ito if ever. But because nga po ang naging action ng Senate Impeachment Court ay because they don't have the paper trail para may jurisdiction sa box, binalik po muna. And this is us just essentially going through the process to get that jurisdiction at the proper time.
Last question. Next week, we move to a new articles of impeachment, no? So we move to Article 1, which deals with the confidential funds. Napaka, in a way, masang topic because talaga na-attach yung pangalan ni Vice President Duterte dito sa issue na ito. No? How is the prosecution preparing for this? Of course, without preempting what we're gonna do next week.
Gusto natin na latag na yung pera na kinarga sa confidential and intelligence funds, hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin natin nasasagot kung nasan siya. We would like to establish that trail of evidence and of course arriving at the questions that hanggang ngayon hindi natin nasasagot at gusto natin masagot today. Yun po yung pinaghahandaan natin. We're looking at the witnesses that could corroborate or rather authenticate yung mga pieces of evidence na alam na nating nag-exist. Kaya nga po, yung mga iilan na sinabina na or for sabina ay andyan po yung mga staff ng Legislative Archives kasi nasa Quadcom hearings yung established evidence na ito. And yung iba pa na makakatulong sa at least preliminary paglatag ng ebidensya. So, with similar to Article 4, gusto natin, we let the evidence speak for itself. We let the witnesses speak and provide their perspective. At sa dulo nito, gusto natin yung testimony na meron sila, no, makatulong para sa ating lahat, makuha natin yung sagot, makuha natin yung katotohanan, and finally, matapos natin yung proseso ng naayon sa pananagutan.
Okay, thank you so much, Congresswoman ko. And maraming salamat po sa panonood, pagtutok dito sa Inquirer.net. Manatiling nakatutok para sa developments dito sa impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Magandang gabi po.